I mean, one of the big misunderstandings about competitive consumption is that people often think that in order to be engaged in competitive consumption, you have to be mentally thinking about other people and competing with them actively, or that you need to be buying things sort of because they're expensive.
Not the case?
Absolutely not the case. Most of typically the way in which competitive consumption happens is that concerns about relative position and status affect and determine people's taste. And then people go out and they buy things that are simply in their taste. Right? So, I mean, not to pick on the blogger that you mentioned at the very beginning, but one of the reasons why he can't get very far in his $250,000 was that he decided to renovate a heritage home in Hyde Park. That's why he lives right near Barack Obama.
In Chicago.
Right? Yeah, and so that is an expression of a particular kind of taste that many university professors have, but it's an extremely expensive taste. Now, he's not thinking of that as competitive consumption, but of course it is. So I, being a university professor in a similar income bracket, have exactly the same taste as him because we have the same status aspirations. And so I also live in a nice little heritage home, which is walking distance to where I work. Now, it's presented as though it's a sort of virtuous consumption choice, but it's competitive consumption. So a while ago, I did the math on how much I was actually paying for the privilege of walking to work. And so I did a back of the envelope calculation on if I were just to move further away with the exact same house and drive to work, how much money I could save. And my back of the envelope calculation was that it was costing me about $100 per day for the privilege of walking to work. Right? So that's extremely expensive. But of course, so if I were to decide to move up to the suburbs and buy a Ferrari and show up at work, whatever, pull into the parking lot in a red Ferrari, everyone would be like, oh, Heath, consumption, consumerism, blah, 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 right?
But in fact, it's less.
But in fact, I'd be saving money, right? The most ostentatious lifestyle is that, nice little tree-lined neighborhood and the heritage home and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Support Ontario's public television. Donate at tvo.org.